you, even if you're not some. Like you're a more logical player, right? You're focused on just like we just gotta recruit, we gotta play. It'll still get to you.
Trying to see if anyone's doing any of the fancy kind of shenanigans in their lanes, but not really. This is actually the most honest approach to the lane stage we've seen in a while, right? Like just your typical blocks. I guess New has a really good block here on the Axe bottom lane. That's going to be in a good spot for him, but
Top, they were prepared for it actually. SF and Undying were right next to their creep waves doing their own blocking, kind of expecting OG to do that like New Age range creep kill. They were in position for it. He blocks the camp, doesn't actually see that sentry. That one's behind the trees. Use that in your pubs, guys. It's a real good one.
I'll have to
Easy Q, we'll deward it later.
Yeah.
Mid lane, we saw Echoes have a great game last time on the Invoker. This time the matchup's pretty different. He is on the melee end of the range versus melee mid lane. Doing all right so far, but over time will just absorb a lot of harass from the Lina, and it'll come down to the rotations. Either support's coming to help him out, or maybe him going to one of these side lanes. I do think you'd like to punish Lina if possible.
You definitely would, but top lane, Undying?
He was in deep trying to stop them on the creep drag, but got a little lost in the sauce, a little too far in.
Ooh, okay. Well, on the other side, Hoodwink goes down. I mean, what was her death here from, really? 10 auto attacks. That's what it was. Took 10 auto attacks from Mirana and it just got arrowed. Okay, that'll do it.
That's the value of Leap, that extra attack speed.
Yeah, and a quiver. The quiver damage adds up.
Much better start for OG this time around. Getting 2 kills in their side lanes. Let's see if they can keep it up. It's just easier to execute this time too, right? It's like Tiny and Mirana practically plays itself. Maybe the top lane kill should not have happened, but at least bottom, the execution's a lot easier to get things going.
Ooh. I like this. They've been trying to get the Battle Hunger kill onto the Mirana. It's gonna be close. They do.
Last pick.
That blood grenade timing, nicely done. I mean, every time the Battle Hunger has come out on the Mirana, she throws the arrow onto the creep wave, and this time New tanked the arrow, knowing this was coming. And they'll just dive and take out Natsumi as well.
Preemptive tip. I'm sorry, distracted from the play, but we were saying Yopaj should not die here, and he almost just did. Echoes has been seriously playing this game, or this series, overperforming in the Invoker game, and if he ends up winning this lane thanks to tricks like that.
Well, Tim's dead in the top lane, ran down by ZZQ's Tombstone. They don't have the best way of contesting it, right? 2 melee heroes, plus of course Shadow Fiend makes it no fun at all. Bottom lane though, dude, we're in a bloodbath game. We're back and forth constantly here. Top, dude, how many kills are we gonna have just back to back? Each lane.
The last game was a little slower to start, so
yep.
They're just making up for it.
He's coming after Raven, kicks him back into the Shadow Fiend, the double raise. Oh my goodness. And he TP'd. going to be a long walk back for Raven.
Payment ka. Ano ba yun?
This Earth Spirit, he's doing totally fine in this lane, man. And he even assisted an off-lane kill for your SF. He doesn't even have 6. He didn't have the power rune. Just connects on a kill for that. I mean, that's the benefit of Earth Spirit, right? He's like, he is the mid hero who can actually make a play at this stage. Everyone else is like, oh, I need my level 6, you know, I need boots that travels, whatever. I can't do anything. I'll Sunstrike for you. But this guy just rolls in, doesn't care. Maybe Spirit Breaker mid when that's he's the only other guy who's like, yes, I'll go. Please, I'm ready.
Please make it happen. I'd be super down for that hero to come back and, oh, maybe not. His Aghanim Scepter is broken, so maybe that would be a bad thing. Bottom lane, Natsumi taking a lot of damage. Tim's rotating in, realizing that there is not much left that they can do. They're taking a beating here on the Tiny. He does have the Avalanche.
Transfer mo muna sa Gcash sa Mountain.
Another Battle Hunger here as the rotation from ZZQ. He's found the Marana. No way to take down the Tombstone.
Well, no.
Oh boy, Resilience now. Just choosing which hero they want to go for next. Level 3 Battle Hunger. Plan's going to connect on the Bushwhack. That'll set up for the Battle Hunger and Tusk. It's going to be a slow and painful death for him.
925 909 04.
Strange series of events in the end.
925
like the Tusk TV's down.
Natsumi? Is Natsumi just dead? Yes. Okay. Solo kill in the mid lane though. They're trying to find Earth Spirit. The arrow connects, and they got him. Nicely done from Scam. Dude, we have 11 kills already. What is going on? I think both teams are just angry right now.
I'm just so mad. Look, Dota and TI is either everyone's scared to play or everyone's just out for blood. It's frequently on one of those ends. And last game was the slower start. This time is the out for blood game plan.
Well, this safe lane Tiny is not looking good.
No, this was like
took the tower, and he is level 3 on the Tiny. Shadow Fiend coming in. I think you need to pop that Requiem, sir. For now, in trouble as Ravens now showed up. The stomp onto 2. Shadow Fiend just lives through all of this, but constant damage now coming in from the Lina. 3 heroes rotating in from Resilience. They will take it away as Yopaj tries to find play. He misses the LSA. He misses the Dragon Slave. What is going on? No, Yopaj.
Okay, the Laguna was still enough to eventually take him down anyway, so it was just all for show. But, all right, it was very back and forth. Team Resilience getting the series of wins here now, including that Wisdom Shrine. But maybe it's maybe it's OG's turn now as they respawn. Their turn to get the next string of fights. I don't know where that's gonna be, because their Tiny needs to farm, and the Helmet of the Dominator needs to farm, and the Lean is not a playmaker. This is the part that is very strange, and it is time for Skem and Tims to dig deep as under-leveled supports that didn't get their Wisdom Shrine. They have to dig deep and make it happen. Actually magnetizing the farm, holy crap.
I was gonna say, one thing I noticed is he didn't have to pop magnetize at the Wisdom Shrine, so he still has it, and he's just using it to farm the enemy ancient stacks.
That was their recovery plan. All right, well, if last game's anything to go by, despite this rough start, OG will still have like 7 different opportunities to pull it back when Team Resilience goes a little too hard. So let's get ready for that. Let's start for the smoke here, seeing if they can find New, but this is where you don't have a playmaker and you just kind of got to walk in, and New, he manages to walk back. It's high skill, but it is doable.
I'm gonna walk the other way. I mean, they're playing very patient on Resilience when they're like not grouped, right? Like they're making a play elsewhere, so Axe backs across the map into his triangle where it's much safer. They've dropped the Tombstone mid, they've brought the Shadow Fiend, they just want to put the damage into this mid tower, and who do you bring over? Like, both supports are level 6 on Resilience. You're dealing with Sharpshooter and Flesh Golem? I don't know about that. I don't think that's going to work out at all, so you just give up the tower instead.
Yeah, it was just straight dead. If Lina was already there, you could maybe save it, but she was out jungling. It's way too late to rotate over now. It's not gonna work. So that's just the mid tower down really early. Mid rune control should be a lot easier for Echoes now. And does get himself a shield rune down bot. The supports are just contesting Lina. Like, what is happening? When the supports can just walk up to the Lina farming by her tier 2. Like, hey, what do you think you're doing?
I keep not realizing this is not an offlane undying like last game, you know?
Keep forgetting they're not Radiant Heroes this time. They're spending all their time back here.
Scam is level 6. Pops the Moonlight Shadow. They're looking for planet. They're going to walk underneath the sentries, so they see them, but the damage from the Laguna as well as the Dragon Slave should take planet. Well, down to 50 HP. Skem's going to come over, try and get the kill. The Starstorm +1 auto attack. It does it. So Skem walks away the victory. Gets a courier as well, but no more leap charges, and you are not getting away from the Undying now. So a little bit of a trade. I think overall, it's got. I mean, is that a win for OG? I feel like it's gotta be.
You take what you get. You get a little space, right? Well, I say that. I guess there's not much space top because Shadowfiend's actually doing so well up here.
He's level 9. Mask of Madness.
Terrifying.
Here comes the roll. Just barely too short. Stampede gets committed, so he's gonna be fine. Are they actually gonna pressure the tier 2? I feel like that's a little bold.
Know that it's really worth it. Like, even if you could, the time to kill it is actually so long.
That's what I'm thinking. You just take the triangle and farm.
Yeah, you just farm in the area. But don't stick around too long. Well, actually, I don't know. I was like, oh, well, they're setting up for him, but I mean, this guy doesn't even have sticks, so maybe it's fine.
Then to unblock the enemy ancients, they're like, this is actually our Shadow Fiend's area to farm now. Well,
why did you block my camp, bro?
Yeah,
what are you doing? New questioning why the blade mill's taking so long.
Roll in from Echoes. A lot of damage coming in. The Magnetize actually missed the Sharpshooter cut. Really nicely done from Natsumi. I mean, that keeps him alive. That Sharpshooter would have done it.
Yeah, this is when you have to make these little plays, right? That keep you alive because you just fast on the buttons. This is when you got to do it to claw your way back. Down 3K, things looking rough. But they are not out as long as you can keep finding small wins here and there. For example, this Undying kill does drop the Tombstone.
Easy.
They're hoping Axe can get here with his blink. They're actually going to find a Centaur.
All right. I mean, quick Stampede, Stomp as well. Shadowfiend now maybe a little bit overcommitted. In comes the Boots of Travel. He's going to be forced to pop the Requiem. They cancel the Boots. All right. Sharpshooter, quite a bit of damage there, but Axe gets the Culling Blade onto Raven at the end of the day. Nicely done from you. See if they can find more.
Roll too hard and you run out of mana.
Sad Axe noises.
Just can't keep dunking, man.
Should've gotten
right. I was a little worried they were pushing too hard there, as has been the story of the series so far.
Yep.
I mean, you lose your Earth Spirit, but your Axe gets a couple dunks. It's pretty worth it.
Yeah, and he finished Soul Ring, so he's not like ZZQ is huge. He's like almost level 9 on this Undying.
That's pretty absurd.
Like he's the same level as his mid laner almost.
He's only one level behind Nazi. Which this smoke might connect in. Now the spam actually connects on the support, so they made a redirect.
They
see him in the lane. Oh
Blink,
no.
Call.
Oh no.
Bushwhack. into the sharpshooter. ZZQ's there as well. They're gonna pop the Stampede with the Vestal. I think he's gonna die here. And he is looking for that Calling Blade. Doesn't quite have the vision, actually.
There's no way. There's no way.
Axe is gonna go for a random blink call.
Feel it in your soul, new.
Okay.
Soul
Not
is misleading him.
dusting is a choice.
Yeah, okay. Step one of how many steps they need? Getting out on the Tiny. I feel like these Helm Doms a little bit more around.
Yeah.
Erica's farming though.
Yeah, Erica's huge. Hurricane Pike plus the Mask of Madness. I mean, great mobility to have in this game. They're gonna smoke, run across the mid lane. Lina, pretty deep in the jungle. Not gonna be easy to find, but see, might run into Scam instead. Oh, there it is. Blink Call comes out, gets the lead, but still managed to hold him in place long enough for another dunk for the Axe.
He's got 3, so 4.5 armor right now. Yeah, that's he's getting pretty tanky, I gotta say. Now with everything going on, Tim's blink is actually not that far off, which is, I don't even know how. He's like bottom net worth, but his blink timing is not that bad, and he's gonna need it. You gotta do some like snowball saves, you gotta do these initiations through BKB, punch them. They're gonna need it, especially because first Aegis being easily secured by Team Resilience here. These are the undying trick that you're so fond of, Ricky.
It's, you just, yeah. I like I said, this was one that I was surprised was not nerfed. I mean, yes, he one-shots the zombies, but the tombstone takes forever to die. So I was kind of surprised that he doesn't kill the tombstone faster. Blink call, bottom lane here onto the Tiny. Arrow, nicely done. Connects here onto the Axe, but there's the sharpshooter. LSA just at the last second. Keeps Natsumi alive, and they will take out that Axe. Good response from OG.
This is the third or fourth time Natsumi has managed to just barely get away. And yeah, he's not farming the best every time it happens, but it's pretty big for his team that Resilience wastes so much time, like many heroes going for the Tiny and not succeeding. This time around, should be more doable to take this tier 2. Last time it was way too early. They just did not have the money. This time we got a 12k Shadow Fiend. You can take the tier 2s. Especially because you have time. You can at least whittle it, and then at some point you'll have to come for Tormentor. If you can get it in the next minute, that's fine. Looks like they don't even want to spend the time on it. They're going to start heading bottom to kick out OG.
They have a good war that scouted. Yopaj moving up here. He's closing in on his Aghanim Scepter, right? Like, he'll have the Flame Cloak somewhat soon here for the Lina, which is a huge boost in this hero's damage, right? 35% spell amp. Might be enough to try and bring down that Shadow Fiend before they can respond. But for now, mid lane tier 2 tower going to be the target for Resilience.
Falling in kind of one creep wave, really. If they had done it earlier, it would have taken like 2 minutes to do, but now the Shadow Fiend is pretty big. And I definitely want to see them get Tormentor. Getting the Tombstone, for example, would be huge.
They really want the Lina. Sharpshooter does not connect. No, boy, he actually snipes Tiny. They'll pop the Stampede, and that is a full disengage.
Does mean you have to completely give up on position for the Tormentor, which the Sentry barely out of range, actually. Can you make a play with that? I don't know, like smoke back in?
The Shadow Fiend is here, right? He TP'd down bottom. He's got Mask of
Going
Madness
for
plus Medallion. It's gonna die way too fast.
It'll be dead, but you might be able to get some kind of pick off in exchange.
Oh no, the shard goes the Undying. I was just thinking, I was like, oh, maybe they can make a play because Undying doesn't have shard and he's going for like a mech or something, but now he just gets it for free. Sharpshooter connects onto Tim's, the slow might be enough, gets the silence, but they actually managed to trap Axe as well as the Shadow Fiend, and they just both die in a combo. That's gonna be Aegis down. Ravens gotta try and get away here. No Stampede. He's got that Heart of Tarask. It is a lot of health here on this guy. Bushwhack comes through. Requiem as well on the other side. Magnetize will go ahead and grab the kill onto the Tims. Tusk. CZQ. LSA into Arrow. Are they running out of damage actually on the side of Resilience? Natsumi goes in to get a huge LSA into a burst there from the Laguna to take down another. Shadow Fiend trying to keep his hands on these targets, but Yopaj is just crushing them one after the other.
OG is doing
team.
it?
Doing a lot of work. Sharpshooter, you gotta be careful. Planet's got it looking for his target. Doesn't quite connect. Scab. It's on the Essence Distiller. Trying to hide from the Shadow Fiend. With New coming back on the Axe, I think they're gonna give this one up. They'll TP on out. OG. I mean, somehow getting the better of this fight into the Aegis. It works out.
It did cost a buyback, but all things considered, a pretty big win for them. Tim's setting a lot of that up, ends up breaking the smoke from Team Resilience. I don't think he even realized it until they walk past him, and he blinks out first, fast reactions. They chase after him. He does an amazing ice shard that leads to the double stun on Axe and SF, which is what allows OG to have a shot there. Like, that fight took forever. If you imagine Axe living, throwing out multiple battle hungers, multiple blink calls, that fight looks totally different. So the fact that he was killed so quickly is what gave OG a chance there. Daedalus is a crazy build-up, though, I gotta say. I know that's being pointed out. I was finished rambling my thoughts. Straight Daedalus is a wild build.
I don't think I've seen that one all too often, but hey, if you're this farmed, I kind of don't mind it, right? It is an item that will punish teams if you are really far ahead. You just have to be careful not to get caught out. And, well, Avatos, Tiny, Stampede, and a Laguna Blade is pretty good ways of bursting down a hero.
He is trusting his team, which did not quite work out in the last game for OG, but let's see if this time maybe Resilience is a little faster with some of these tombstone saves. They have the mech, they have heals, so they've got some tools to protect the SF.
Well, Magnetize, Spirit Vessel onto Raven Roll going into no man's land, but they have all the heroes. So nicely done. And this is what I kind of wanted to see out of the Earth Spirit last game, right? Like this Magnetized Spirit Vessel, you need to put this on cooldown constantly. He did 2,000 damage almost to the Centaur.
Resilience went out, walk top. The tier 2 that they were softening up earlier. Daedalus gonna help a little bit with that. No crits, but still a lot of damage. And then there's only one tower left bottom. It's a lot of map control already for Team Resilience.
Yeah.
Now, this is where they have, in the past, seemingly lost a little focus or go a little too hard. I don't know what it is. Let's see if they give OG any windows. Because right now, I think other top teams would be able to cleanly close out the lead they have, where you secure the map, you keep finding pickoffs, you get the second Roche, you use that to, like, end the game. That would be the standard play to close a game.
The fact that they didn't stick around to kill this tier 2 tower, like, you can see the difference in the patience. They're like, we're not giving anything. We're going to use spells to just chip the wave and let our minions take out the tower. And it almost finishes the job, but not quite.
We've been hearing this caster flameless throwing too hard. We're gonna be a lot safer. Oh no. I mean, it makes sense. They want the BKB on the SF. They don't want to risk any throws. The lead they have is not massive, right? Like 7K is good, but that's one losing fight. We've seen it, right? We've seen it in our earlier series too. I think Vici had like a 12K lead. They throw one fight. It's an even game. So Resilience might have been watching that as they waited for their turn to play. Like, we don't want that to happen to us. We want to get our first win on the board, our first series win on the board. Let's play it safe. Let's get the BKB on the SF. It'll be really hard for him to die if he has that.
Well, Stem has the dream item, Aghanim Scepter, first for the Mirana, and has the steering signet with Greedy. So he's gonna have a good time now on this Mirana. He's chilling.
So this is a great stall tool. Just throw the arrow at a wave, throw a Dragon Slave, throw a tree, whatever, right? Easy peasy wave clear. BKB just about to finish. He's gonna be like 10 gold short. He really wants it before this potential Roche spawn, which if it was fast, it could be up, but fortunately for him, it's a bit of a longer spawn, so he's gonna have time to finish his BKB. And they have the damage to kill him if they can catch him before the BKB, like Blink Avalanche into Arrow or Stomp or whatever, right? If you can find SF separate from his team, you can get the kill, you can get Roche, go from there.
ZZQ has a blink
there's
now.
the blink. Yeah, I was just about to say, if you can do this before the Tombstone blink, that would be great, but it is done just in time. This is a really nice timing on the items for the second Roche.
Well, we'll see how the fight develops, right? No Moonlight Shadow quite yet. They used it to try and find a gank bottom. It didn't really connect, so OG...
This is sneaky. They're smoking, but Planet waited by the outpost to start channeling it. So OG's like, oh, they're by our triangle setting up. But the rest of Resilience is already in their jungle. They might catch sight of this courier.
Tim's is in a really good spot to break this. And oh, he gets zapped by a Stormcrafter. Oh, that hurts. Cancels his blink.
That's so unfortunate.
That is one of the main reasons I actually pick up that item all the time. Like, it is one of my favorite neutral items because it's a little, sometimes it's a double-edged sword where, like, you zap someone and give yourself away when you're not trying to, but that is a very
He doesn't want to give this for free.
Dude, is ZZQ gonna die?
He's like, please hit my tombstone, what the heck?
Well, he's definitely dead now. Arrow comes out, they get the kill. Natsumi comes in, looks for new avalanche toss. LSA Laguna just dumped on top of him, 2 dead. But Natsumi's just getting beat to death by the Shadow Fiend. Just 3 crits in a row. What was this? Bushwhack finds him. Echoes comes in. Big magnetize. Wants to keep his hands on the Lina as much as possible. Yopa's gonna try and dodge this one on the other side. They finished off Raven. CCQ's found him. Planet doesn't quite connect, but the damage continuing to rain on in. And Lina's not going to be able to make it out of this one. Resilience clean up big. What is this damage from the Shadow Fiend? My God.
Dude, that was so unlucky to get crit.
Triple crit.
Yeah, like, oh my God. He would have lived if, like, any one of those does not finish, because he was like 2.5 seconds through his teleport. He just needs 1 crit to not connect.
It was.
Oh, that is unlucky.
The damage recap literally shows 3 auto attacks for, oh God, 2,200 damage.
Yeah, we're gonna see it here.
What in the world?
So you get that undying kill. Try to rotate in. This is
BKB
like not a bad spot, right? Taking out the axe here, if you could just like fully retreat, would be not too bad, but oh my God.
that is absurd. It might have been a 4th attack. It looks like he Hurricane Pike to the high ground, which gave him a 4th attack, so it could have been 4 attacks, but still.
Oh no, they find the tiny again.
Oh, tangina, sakit panoorin, pre.
He's dead for 50 seconds without buyback. for Skem here as well. He's on the high ground, hiding with his brand new gem, which he's going to hand right over to the enemy team.
These are death right outside the base.
Raven finds Echoes. Okay, they're going to kill onto the Earth Spirit. Oh, he gets the BKB Soul Rip just in time. Oh no, you needed one more auto attack. Instead, Raven is going to be dead, kicked away by the Earth Spirit back into the hands of the Shadow Fiend. Beyond godlike, 10, 0, and 7. And Resilience, they want to close this game out. They're going to go high ground. 4 minutes still left on this Aegis. And double catapult wave in the mid lane.
Banners here with a double catapult, yeah. I gotta say, I really like this catapult change. Having it spawn 5 minutes earlier made it line up with the second Roche way better. And it allows you to do things like this, which help you to actually close out a game. Arrow, gonna help at least reduce one of these catapults. But this tower's almost dead. The job will be done. Tiny is up, and Sender's not too far, so you gotta be a little bit careful here. But you should be able to at least get mid, and then probably reset, make sure you go grab the other waves. You can push top. Top, actually, Centaur tried to delay top with the creep. It built a huge wave. So you can try to push with it in a moment here.
I'm trying to figure out what, oh, okay, nice Hurricane Pike there from the Shadow Fiend, repositioned down to the low ground. And with these catapults coming in, someone's going to have to deal with these.
Oh, naalala na.
Just going to keep whacking
GG na
away.
yan.
And New on the low ground with this smoke, looking at any possible opportunity to go for that blink call. In comes the jump from the Tusk, just gets 3-shot roll in, forces back Yopaj completely. Will clean up the wards, but Echoes turns around, tries to find the Mirana, but instead catches the
Oh, tangina.
There's a great tombstone save though from the Undying jump in. The call is found Natsumi, not again.
GG nyo na, GG nyo na.
The stuns are there,
GG
but the
nyo na yan.
damage, where is it, baby? OG crumbling inside their base. Yopaj forced to be
GG
getting
nyo
turned around,
na,
trying to
GG
get
na.
anything but the healing, the stays.
GG nyo na, masyadong na masyado.
It's overwhelming, and another call
GG
from
nyo na.
New.
Yan.
Lines them up, knocks them
Ito.
down. A much more convincing game 2 as Resilience will take it 2-0 over OG.
Natsumi barely lived so many times.
Sakit.
I guess he used up his karma because these final deaths, there's so many crits just coming in at once and bleeding him before he gets to do anything. It's a bit unlucky, but if it's not those kills, Resilience would have found something else. They had a pretty commanding lead.